So Landyachtz sent us the Ripper and Dipper to do a comparison video. A quick glance and they look the same, but they're not. First, let's start with the different setups that they offer. For the Ripper, you can either get setup 1, which comes with 130mm polar bear trucks and 63mm 78A fatty hogs, or their setup 2, which has 155mm polar bear trucks and 60mm 78A easy hogs, which is the one that they sent us. Then for the Dipper, setup 1 comes with 105mm polar bears and 63mm 78A fatty hogs. That's the one which they sent us. And setup 2 comes with 130mm Gen 6 reverse kingpins and the same 63mm fatty hogs. All right, so for both setups, they come with your typical 1032 skate hardware, specifically for these 1.5-inch bolts. Now, as far as the bearings go, it's what every other Landyachtz completes come with, the bare space balls with built-in spacers. Now let's take a look at the differences between the deck shapes, because they're different. The Ripper has a kicktail and the Dipper doesn't. Simple as that. So if you're planning on doing any freestyle shove-its, big spins, anything where you need a kicktail, then the Ripper would be the obvious choice. Both have a rocker profile, but the Ripper is more aggressive, making it better for sliding. They ride pretty low to the ground. Now, I guess that could be subjective depending on what you're used to riding. Honestly, it was a nice switch up for me because I've been riding surf skates, which have like pretty much a minimum of 1-inch riser pads, and you just feel like super high up. These were nice for a change. Now, personally, I enjoyed the Ripper's deck shape more than the Dipper because I grew up traditional skateboarding with a kicktail, and just having no kicktail felt a little weird to me. Bottom line, the Ripper is beefier, has a more aggressive rocker combined with a kicktail, and the Dipper is more nimble without any kicktail. Overall, it's just a pretty flat profile. All right, now let's take a look at the trucks. Both of the setups use traditional kingpin trucks, specifically polar bears. Now, the cool part that I learned recently about polar bears is that the bottom barrel bushing is beefier than your normal traditional kingpin bushing. So you're gonna get the benefits of a traditional kingpin truck, just with more lean. Really, where both of these trucks differ is in the size and the bushings. The Ripper has 155mm trucks with 90A bushings, and the Dipper has 105mm with 85A bushings. The Ripper's 155mm are obviously wider, making them more stable at higher speeds. For the most part, I was testing these setups on a smooth, low-key hill that was probably about 12 feet wide. Now you're probably like, dude, I don't care how wide the road was that you were skating on, but the reason I share that is because with the Ripper, I was barely able to turn around without the use of a kicktail, and on the Dipper, I had no problem. It was much more agile. If I really wanted to, I was able to get into somewhat of a pumping motion on the 155s, but it was much easier, and I could get into a deeper, carvy, pumpy, surf skatey feel on the 105s. And the final major difference between these setups are the wheels. Both obviously use hog wheels, but the Ripper comes with 60mm 78A easy hogs, and the Dipper 63mm 78A fatty hogs. You can slide either of the wheels, but obviously the smaller 60mm with a center set core are easier. If you're riding on rougher surfaces and you want something that's gonna absorb the cracks more efficiently, then I definitely recommend the larger 63mm fatty hogs. If you're someone who's constantly riding in a rough environment, then I'd probably look at larger wheels. I think the Ripper is best for someone who wants a beefier build, but also still the ability to do freestyle tricks. Sliding was easy on it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. But if you're someone who wants a more flatter profile deck, something that's gonna offer more grip when you're doing deeper carves, then the Dipper is gonna make sense. The Dipper just overall felt more agile, obviously because of the 105s versus the 155s. If you're still confused and have a question, drop it below and either I'll get to it or someone else in the community will, hopefully. Go to the link in the description below. It's the first link, and sign up for a newsletter. By next week, I'm gonna randomly select someone to give away the Dipper to. Tumblers coming soon. Really stoked on these, stainless steel. Again, not gonna pitch it in this video, but hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'll see you in another one later.